Hey everybody! So today I decided to cut in the stairs in the master bedroom and almost got all the way through it before reminded me that I probably ought to film it and show you guys how to cut in a set of stairs. So if you're interested in cutting in a set of stairs, come on, let's check it out. Okay, so as you can see, I use calculator.net. And it's just a simple stair calculator, and they make an advanced version that lets you get a little more, but for most things, this will work out just fine. So if you look at this page, underneath the words basic vision, it says is use one run or total run. You just use one run's fine, total run's fine. So basically your run is your step. How wide do you want your step to be? And then the total rise, how far is it from the ground, whatever you're putting it on, to let's say your second level? What's the total? So in this case, I wanted to run 12 inches. So I want a wide step. I'm a pretty big guy and I like having that. And I have a total run of 9 inches or 9 feet. So let's see what that'll give us. So if you look at the calculations behind, so if I wanted 12 runs or steps, or 13, 14, 15, it kind of gives me the what I need. So if 12 runs, then my rise is 8.31 inches or 21.10 centimeters. But I really don't want to have to step up 8.31 inches. I'd really rather that be closer to 7. So let's keep looking. If you go down to if 14 runs or steps, which is what I chose, as you can see, I've got a 7.2 inch rise, or that's how tall the step is, before you step up on it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a 7.2 inch or 7.25 inch rise and a total run of 14 feet. And the angle's about 31 degrees. See that? So I will just kind of round these up. I'll just use 30 degrees or 31 degrees and 7.25 inches, and it'll work out just fine. So let's go build it. All right, guys, so I was cutting in stairs, as you can see, and B came to me and said, how come you're not recording building stairs? I'm sure people would like to know how to build stairs. So I thought I would stop right here and show you how to actually measure and cut out a run for a set of stairs. As you can see, I've got the outside and the inside one up, going all the way up there. I still got the middles to do. Also, just to show you real quick here, update. So I also put in these two windows right here and that doorway. And it is an amazing view. I'm going to be able to, let me see here. Laying in my bed at night, I ought to be able to see, if I clear those trees out, pretty much the entire pond. And that is very exciting. All right, guys, so I'm gonna show you how to cut it in. If you remember from the example I gave at the beginning of this video, what we determined was that I needed a 7.25 inch rise on each step, and the degree of the step was 30. So come on over here, let me show you something. Come here. Okay, so this is a speed square. This is a big speed square. You can do it with a little one too. But on the bottom, down here, is your degrees. And if you remember, I said I wanted a 7.25 rise on a 30 degrees. So if you look at these, so there's 10, there's 15, there's 20, 25, and 30. So if I get this to the corner and I rotate it to 30, okay, and this right here, look at my line, right there is a 30 degree. So the next part of the equation, if you remember, I said we needed a 7.25 inch rise, which is right to that line. So what you have to do is you have to 90 degree off that line. Okay, here we go. All right, and I'll take this line all the way through. Then at this point, I'm just going to come back in again with my 30. All right, here's your 30 right here. All right, then I got to measure down my rise. Trivia, what was my rise? 7.25. And line that line up right there. Right, finish my line. Come back to the point, go back to 30. Right, measure my riser.
7 1/4. All right, 90° off that. Finish my line. Come down to a 30. Measure my riser. I don't know if I ever told you guys this or not, but B makes a wonderful cameraman, and she's also holding a light for you guys, because here in the bedroom here I don't have lights put in because I don't have the windows put in. Because I gotta have the windows put in so that I can run the light, you know, the wire around them and stuff like that. So she's having to hold the light and be the cameraman. So, if I was you guys, I'd give her a round of applause. Yay!
Thank you, honey.
I don't think she thinks I'm very funny.
90 degrees.
Yep, so you're 90°ing off of this, because this ultimately creates your step. Right? You want the step to be...
So what are you cutting out?
I'm cutting out this.
Each one of those.
Yep. If any of you guys out there don't have a speed square, this is one of the coolest tools. Let me show you how it works real quick. One of the coolest tools ever. So you got just a normal ruler up here, right, that you can use. And most of these you won't use, so I won't cover. I'm going to cover the common stuff that you're going to use. Degrees is on the bottom, right? And then your common cuts, which would be like a, you know, if your roof was a 312, a 612, a 1012, a 1212, a 1212 is a 45. But roofs are often done in 612s. And really what that means is for, like, let's say on a 612, what it means is for every 12 inches you go over horizontally, you go up 6 inches, and then that creates a triangle, which creates the pitch of your roof. But super good tool. I mean, like I said, I use it absolutely all the time.
That's a large one.
This is a big one though, yeah. I have, let me look back behind B, I've got some littler ones in here somewhere, which is typically what I use, but.
So this isn't a larger than normal one.
Yeah, I'll get one when we get marking, get all the rest of these marked off, and I'll get one. I'll show you. This one's larger. I like this one. If what I'm working on is like a 2x12, which is what I'm working on right now. Typically, if I was on a 2x6 or something like that, I'd be using the littler one, just because they're littler and lighter. All right. So see, here's an interesting problem we run into, right? So my degree is off the board, right? It's pretty hard to mark it. But see, you can put this in a lot of different positions, right? So I can do it this way too. Go to my 30, right? I should, gotta kind of try to line it up with that line right there. Man, the lights are just horrible in here, right there. Okay. And from there,
7
I'm gonna mark out my 7 1/4. Right. And I'll go to the back way, but still forwarding 90° off that line. Right. And so B comes over here, she'll show you.
What's that line for? That doesn't line up with anything.
X. It does. Come here. Look right here.
Oh, let me grab everything.
Okay. Look right here. Right? I just made this piece right here that sits flat.
Oh, so that's the bottom board?
So I'm actually not going to cut this bottom piece out right now, because I'm going to start at the top and see what I have to cut out. But I mark it because it's a whole lot easier to mark it right here than mark it, up there where I'm trying to cut it out. Okay, so what did we determine? The other one for the top. end up with a 9 7/8. All right, so once you got it marked out, come here. Come over here. Let me show you something. So, as you can see, I've already cut a bunch of the lines, but I saved this last one right over here. I'll cut it out real quick, and I'll show you how to get these corners. Because what a lot of people do is they just cut past these corners, but I don't like doing it because it weakens what's left over in the stairs. So real quick, let's cut this, and then I'll do the other side. Okay, so then to get them out, right, I'm going to use my trusty jigsaw. Super good tool to have around. That's all she wrote. So let me finish this up real quick.
What about this square?
Okay, so this square would be as if this was
Triangle.
sitting on the ground, but I don't want to cut it off yet because I'm going to build, my stairs are so long, I got to build them in a few different pieces. So I'm saving this. I may cut it off at some point. I may not, but anyway. So there you go.
And this is an odd angle.
What's that?
This is an odd angle.
No. So this is what sits up at the top of the stairs and what butts into the header.
Okay,
So you got a 90 degree off that one too, right? In order to be able to butt into that header,
show us.
you know, where it goes.
Yep.
Will go.
Here, I'll give you a hand real quick.
Yeah.
Well, B helped me finish up those stairs. I got the bottom one cut, got the rest of the stairs built, and I'll shoot some video of it all complete with, you know, some of the other things that go on for the weekend, et cetera, et cetera. But I hope you learned something. I hope it helped you. And, you know, all of these little things that we can do for ourselves make us just a tiny bit freer. And remember, we always talk about every single day get a tiny bit freer. And sometimes that's just knowledge. Knowledge weighs nothing. You can learn and learn and learn and learn and learn, and it doesn't take much money. It doesn't take, you know, much space. Just a little stuff between your ears. So good process, easy process. Again, I hope you got something out of it. Hold the line. Don't give an inch. Tag out.